What's up guys, Alvaro here, welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. On this channel we talk about the markets and we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video I want to go over the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, so I want to break down some technicals so to try to figure out the direction that the markets could be potentially picking in the upcoming week. And at the end of the video I will be breaking down from a technical standpoint Bitcoin and Doge, and oh boy, crypto has been on fire guys. And I will also go over Lucid Motors as well. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And before going over the S&P and the Nasdaq 100 guys, this is going to be a very interesting week in terms of earnings reports. Actually, this is going to be the busiest week of this earnings season. We can make the case that the most important week was last week because we had big tech reporting earnings. Apple, Amazon, Google, Tesla, what else? Microsoft, all right? But this upcoming week is going to be the busiest one of this new earnings season, okay? So on Tuesday, and in my opinion, guys, Tuesday is going to be a very interesting day. And why? Well, because before open, we have Alibaba reporting earnings. This is going to be very interesting. And why? Well, because Baba is a big tech company, guys, in terms of market capitalization. So last week, and after Microsoft and Apple, Amazon and Google reported earnings, we saw big drops in the case of those stocks, or maybe not big drops, but all of those stocks pulled back after having reported earnings. And why did that happen, guys? Well, that happened because those stocks are trading at all-time highs. All of them, Google, Apple, Amazon, what else? Microsoft, okay? So those stocks are trading at all-time highs, and that implies that a lot of good news have been already priced into those stocks. However, in the case of Baba, this is a whole different story, guys. This is a very big tech company. And in terms of market capitalization, as I just said, and Baba is trading something like 30 or 35% of its highs. So this is going to be very, but very interesting. It will be seen. I own call options, one call option of Baba that expires on September 17th. And I also have 50 shares at an average cost of $195. And I believe that Baba is going to crush earnings, guys. So this is going to be very, but very interesting on Tuesday before open. We also have on Tuesday BP, ConocoPhillips. We have Under Armour, Eli Lilly, Nikolai's reporting earnings on Tuesday. Oh my God, what a fraud, right? I mean, whatever. Then Tuesday after close, what do we have after close? We have Lyft, and we also have SunPower. Okay, Activision Blizzard also reporting earnings on Tuesday after close. Then on Wednesday, we have before open, we have CVS. We also have, what else? Kraft Heinz, we can make the case, would be interesting to be seen. Then after close, we have Raku, we have Uber, Etsy, Fastly, Bayo, Nano, Genomics, Marathon Oil, Western Digital, Mercado Libre. No, I'm kidding, guys. In Spanish, we say Mercado Libre. All right, you guys say Mercado Libre. That's fine. I speak English with an accent, right? So that's fine. I'm not making fun of you guys. Okay, Mercado Libre. We have Win Research. That's on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have Moderna. We also have, what else on Thursday before open? Yeti, all right. Regeneron. And on Thursday after close, we have Square. We also have Beyond Meat. What else? I don't see anything. Cloudflare also. And Virgin Galactic. How about that, guys? I mean, we're going to see how much money Virgin Galactic is burning because this company doesn't make any money as of now. And on Friday, we have DraftKings before open. We also have Norwegian Cruise Line. And what else? And that's it, I think. This is going to be a very interesting week, guys. I am really looking forward to seeing what the earnings reports of DraftKings, Square, Baba, Raku, Uber, Fastly, Bionena Genomics are going to Lyft are going to be looking like. So go ahead, take a screenshot of this information and keep a close watch on the earnings that are going to be reported this week. This is going to be very, but very interesting. This is going to be a very interesting week in terms of earnings reports. And when it comes to the S&P, sorry guys, 500, I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. I usually record these videos on Saturdays, but on Friday, I went to Atlanta and I came back to Charlotte yesterday at 5 or 6 p.m. So I couldn't record my videos yesterday on Saturday, okay, let's say, as I usually do. Okay, so I just woke up. Sorry about that. Sorry about my voice, guys. S&P 500. It went down on Friday 0.54% and it closed last Friday's trading session at 4,395 points. So we closed, guys, last Friday's trading session slightly below a very important area of lower support at 4,400. Okay, is that bearish? Not really. I mean, not really. We are still on a clear uptrend and trading above the moving averages. However, guys, mind you, we have a line in the sand when it comes to the most important index of the United States at 4350. If the bears happen to be able to take on 4350, that is going to be opening the door for more downside in the S&P 500, maybe to 4300. Okay, if the S&P happens to see a drop down to 4,300, we are talking about a drop of almost 3.10%. That would be a decent drop in the case of the S&P 500. So in tomorrow's trading session, the most important area of overhead resistance is going to be obviously 4,400. And if that resistance happens to be broken to the upside, then watch out for the new all-time high of the S&P 500 at 4,430. But there is nothing wrong with this tape. Okay, as long as the bulls remain trading above 4350, as I just said, we are just seeing some sort of consolidation process slightly above a very important area of lower support, 4350 and 4400 as well. And that is gonna allow the bulls to gather strength to then take on all-time high without the S&P 500 being in an overbacked condition. So I really like, the price action that we are seeing in the case of the S&P 500. We can see the RSI at 52 points. So this index is neither oversold or overbacked. And as long as the bulls, and as I just said, guys, as long as the bulls remain trading above 4350, the S&P 500 is absolutely out of danger. And in the case of the Nasdaq 100, let me go ahead and take a look at this index. In the case of the Nasdaq 100, guys, we also have a line in the sand. And I have been calling out this situation in my latest videos, guys. 14,900 points. That is definitely a line in the sand for the bulls of the Nasdaq 100, guys. If 14,900 points happens to be broken to the downside, then the next important area of lower support is going to be at around 14,600 points. If the Nasdaq 100 happens to see a drop down to 14,600 points, we are talking about a almost 4%, not correction, a 4% drop. That would also be healthy for the Nasdaq 100, but as I just said, in the case of the S&P 500, guys, if 14,900 points happens to be broken to the downside, then the door for more downside is going to be opened, all right? And whenever the Nasdaq sees a 4% drop, guys, most of our portfolios take a hit. So that's not a situation that I want to see in the upcoming week. So since we closed on last Friday at 14,959 points, then obviously, guys, the most important area of lower support in tomorrow's trading session is going to be 14,900 points, which is a previous area of support in which the bulls of the Nasdaq 100 found support back on July 28th, and they also found support in that area back on July 22nd. And we are also talking about a previous area of overhead resistance that already acted as such for the bulls in the Nasdaq 100 back on July 15th and also back on July 7th. And in terms of overhead resistance, in tomorrow's trading session, watch out for 15,000, guys, pretty much 15,100 points. 15,100 points is a previous all-time high in the Nasdaq 100, and it is also a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of the Nasdaq 100 failed back on July 29th and also back on July 22nd. But other than that, guys, we are on a clear uptrend in the case of the Nasdaq 100, as you guys can see over here on the 4-hour chart, and we are trading above the moving averages, so there is nothing to complain about the Nasdaq 100 as long as the bulls can remain trading above 14,900, and we could also see the same scenario that I just called out in the case of the S&P 500. The Nasdaq 100 trading between the new all-time high at 15,142 points and 14,900 points, all right, without breaking that area of overhead resistance, without bursting above all-time high, and without breaking the lower support of 14,900 points, in which case we are going to see a classic consolidation process between two important areas of support and resistance, and that is going to allow the Nasdaq 100 to take on all-time high at 15,142 points without being in an overbacked condition, and that could happen sooner rather than later. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, guys, and what a weekend for the king of all cryptocurrencies out there, guys, Bitcoin. So what is going on in the case of Bitcoin? So as of now, we find Bitcoin trading at 41,464 points. So guys, I see two very clear scenarios over here, guys. I can see a process of consolidation slightly above $39,000. In the case of Bitcoin, $39,000 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of Bitcoin already failed back on February 4th, and they also failed back on January 28th. So we are talking about a former area of overhead resistance that now might act as a lower support. Another possible scenario, and taking into account that Bitcoin is trading as of now near $41,500, would be definitely taking on, the bulls of Bitcoin definitely taking on the $42,500, guys. $42,500 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of Bitcoin already failed back on May 21st, and they also failed back on January 6th. If that area of overhead resistance happens to be broken to the upside, then the other important area of overhead resistance for Bitcoin is going to be $47,500. $47,500 is a previous area of lower support that already acted as such for Bitcoin back on May 12th. It also acted as such back on late April, also back on early March, and also back on early February. So we are talking about a very important area of overhead resistance at around $47,500. And mind you, guys, if Bitcoin happens to be able to take on these two next important areas of resistances, then after having burst above $47,500, Bitcoin is going to be definitely breaking this horrible downtrend with which Bitcoin has been dealing since early May. If Bitcoin happens to be able, as I just said, to burst above $47,500. So if any of you is not in Bitcoin as of now, and if any of you wants to open a position on Bitcoin, watch out for Bitcoin finding a good support, a good lower support, as I just said, slightly above $39,000. I think that's a decent spot in order to start any position with Bitcoin. And obviously, guys, and I am a bull, you guys know that I have been taking trades on Bitcoin. I have been taking swing trades on Bitcoin left and right, but I also have a long-term position, a sizable long-term position, at least for me, of something like $15,000, and my average cost is at around $39,000. So I am obviously hoping for a definite breakout of Bitcoin up to the 50,000s or the 60,000s. and I think that that is going to happen. I don't want to call out a specific time frame, but we are very likely to see a big breakout of Bitcoin in the next 60 days, guys. I truly believe that Bitcoin is going to be at least above $50,000 in, I don't know, 30 days, maybe. So watch out for Bitcoin, guys, consolidating slightly above $39,000 and maybe, and hopefully, I am knocking wood over here, bursting above $42,500 and then bursting above $47,500. And now let's go ahead and take a look at another cryptocurrency that I get a lot of questions about, guys. Good old Doge. What is going on in the case of Doge? And as of now, I have a swing position opened on Doge. So let me show you guys over here. So what is going on with this position that I have on Doge? So as of now, I have an unrealized loss of $243. So I am pretty much investing $3,000 over here, guys. I ended up investing more money than I initially thought I was going to invest in this swing position. I gotta be very honest with you. So I am under the water as of now. I am not really concerned about this unrealized loss that you guys can see over here. And my average cost is at 22 cents. And I'm not gonna say that I am a Doge bull, because that is not the case. But I do believe, and I have said this plenty of times here on the channel, that I believe that at some point Tesla is going to make a move with Doge. I think that at some point, and by the way, we found out last week, it was last week or the week before that. I mean, we recently found out that Elon Musk himself is actually investing in Doge. And I truly believe that Tesla at some point in time is going to either accept payments in Doge, or they are going to make a move about Doge anytime soon. That's what I believe, guys. That's my, bull case in the case of Doge. That would be a very positive catalyst for this cryptocurrency. So as of now, Doge is trading at 21 cents pretty much. Or I cannot see over here, guys, the current price of Doge. So let me pull up over here. Yeah, 21 cents. Robinhood once again. Okay, so we are at 21 cents. Okay, so we have two very important areas of overhead resistances coming up in the case of Doge, guys. The first one, 23 cents. 23 cents is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of Doge failed back on July 26th. And we are also talking about a previous area of support that already acted as such for Doge back on July 2nd, and it also did it back on, this is June 25th. So we are talking about a previous area of resistance and support in which we can suppose from a technical standpoint that the bulls of Doge are going to have a hard time dealing with. Okay, if 23 cents happens to be broken to the upside, then the next important area of overhead resistance for Doge is going to be 29 cents, guys. 29 cents is a previous area of resistance in which the bulls of Doge failed back on June 24th, but we are also talking about a previous area of support that already acted as such for Doge back on May 31st, and it also did it back on May 27th. So if Doge happens to be able to take on these next two important areas of resistances, then what are we talking about, guys? Well, we are talking about maybe 43 cents. Or maybe 35 cents first and then 43 cents. That would be a very interesting move to the upside in the case of Doge, guys. So if Doge happens to be able to pull up to, let's say, 43 cents approximately, we are talking about a 100% move to the upside, guys. So sometimes I get a bunch of questions from you like, hey, is this a good time to buy Doge? I mean, take a look at these, guys. If you really believe, if you did your research work and you are bullish on Doge, Doge is trading as of now 70% of its highs. And mind you, and since we are seeing a very good momentum in the case of Bitcoin, I don't think that we are going to see the 16 cents once again in the case of Doge. For Doge to pay a visit once again down to 16 cents, we need to see once again $29,000 in the case of Bitcoin, $30,000. Obviously, it can happen. I am not ruling it out. It could happen, but we are seeing a very good momentum as of now in the case of Bitcoin. So I don't really see Doge paying a visit down to 16 cents once again. And I said here on the channel, 16 cents, go ahead, buy Doge. I mean, not buying, no, I didn't say buy Doge. I said, if you're a Doge bull, if you did the research work, 16 cents, guys, 16 cents, and now Doge is trading at 21 cents. So, in summary, we are seeing a clear momentum shift in the case of crypto, and don't be surprised of seeing Doge paying a visit to 43 or 44 cents anytime soon, guys. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Lucid Motors, the first and last stock of this video. All right, in the case of Lucid, the stock of this company went up on Friday 1.58%, and it closed last Friday's trading session at $23.72. And I don't know why, guys, Thinkorswim doesn't have available the information about CCIV. So in the case of Thinkorswim, the only information that is available about Lucid Motors is Lucid Motors chart. Okay, and Lucid started to trade as a public company after the merger between Social Capital and Lucid Motors went through a few days ago. This was on July 26th. So I am going to use Webull to show you some important areas of support and resistance. Okay, in terms of support, pay close attention to this, guys. Lucid found a good support on last Friday's trading session and also on last Thursday's trading session at $23.50, as you guys can see over here. So if tomorrow I happen to see Lucid keep on consolidating slightly above $23.50, I am going to be picking up 100 shares of Lucid Motors, in which case my price target is going to be the next important area of overhead resistance for Lucid at around $27.60. If I were able to take this trade, let's say picking up 100 shares of Lucid at $23.60 ish, and if I happen to be able to take this trade the way that I am describing it, selling out of my shares at $27.62, I could be potentially locking in a profit of 14%, a very nice profit. And if I take a look at Webull, guys, let me pull up Lucid. No, let me pull up here CCIV, okay, quickly. And here I have the information of both CCIV and Lucid Motors reflected on one single chart. So take a look, guys, at how the area of lower support that I just told you about, $23.50 ish, already acted as a lower support for Lucid back on July 19th. It also did it back on June 16th, also back on April 1st, also back on March 26th, and lastly back on March 5th. So we are talking about a very important area of lower support for Lucid. That's why I said that if tomorrow I happen to see Lucid still consolidating or keep on consolidating slightly above $23.50, I am going to be picking up 100 shares of Lucid, no doubt about it. And if I wanted to set a more ambitious price target, in the case of Lucid, I could be talking about $32, guys. $32 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of Lucid failed back on July 1st, and they also failed back on June 29th and also back on June 30th. So in summary, guys, watch out for Lucid consolidating slightly above $23.50 and gathering momentum in order to make a push higher. And mind you, something that caught my eye when I was taking a look at Lucid is that we have warrants over here, guys. So let me see. Yeah, take a look at this. So we have warrants at $11.27 as of now. And for those who are not familiar with warrants, a stock warrant is issued directly by a company, okay? And it gives the owner of that warrant the right to buy shares at a specific date and at a specific price. So what is going to happen, guys? I ask you a question. What is going to happen if next week or 1 month out or something like that, this warrant of Lucid is trading at $11? This warrant closed on last Friday's trading session at $11.27. So if I have, the right, if I purchased the right to buy shares of Lucid at a specific date, and if any of you knows about the expiration date of these warrants, please drop a comment down below and let me know. I don't know what's the expiration date. So if I can buy shares at 11 or 12 bucks, whereas Lucid is trading, the regular, stock of Lucid is trading at, I don't know, $24 or $25, what am I gonna do? Whenever I can exercise my right to buy shares of Lucid, I am going to sell out of those shares immediately. So we already know ahead of time that at some point in time, I don't know, as I just said, what's the expiration date of these warrants, but whenever these warrants expire, the owners of those warrants are going to create a massive pressure to the downside in the case of Lucid Motors. So that is something to keep a close watch on if any of you is long Lucid, right? And with Lucid, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we make stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. In those videos, I break down from a technical standpoint both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, but I also break down the stocks and the cryptocurrencies that are on the very top of my personal watch list. So if you want to get the notifications, all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to the channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. On our Instagram account, we are posting news and information on a daily basis, and most importantly, here and there, when the volatility of the markets lets me do it, I am making call outs throughout the trading session. So go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow, once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.